disclaimer. Basically, this is saying that we're not giving any buy, sell, hold recommendations. We're not financial advisors, nor are we want to be a financial advisor, and no representation is made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed in this webinar, and past performance of any trading system methodology not necessarily indicative of future results. So everything we talk about here is for education. Educational, can't even talk, only. So who am I? My name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, Forex. I have my own automotive parts business. I started when I was 18 years old, and I had that business for 28 years before I sold it in 2005. And since then, I've just been a full-time trader. So, like most of you, you probably have a whole shelf or a hard drive full of indicators, trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become more profitable and more consistent trader. I know that I have a ton of stuff and I don't even think about it or look at it anymore. I have everything I need for the last 2 years that I've been consistent and profitable. So when I saw a webinar that Mark Sachs did, and I saw the money flow tracker software, I quickly realized that this methodology isn't based on the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but is more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow, and it's made me much more profitable, much more consistent of a trader, and now I'm running over a 70% win-loss rate. So the agenda for this evening is I'm going to show you the money flow tracker software and how it works, the high probability setups that we look for every day, and if we don't get them, we don't trade, the unbreakable rules to follow, how I trade breakouts and sidestep losing trades. Today, I think we had 2 or 3, and how to pass the evaluations to become a funded trader. All right, but before we get started into everything, I have a little poll that I want to do, and this helps me know what kind of audience I have and what you guys really need. Okay, so the first one is how many years have you been trading? Pretty easy, right? Okay, so we have a mix of veteran traders and newer traders. Okay. And the second question is, are you as consistent and profitable as you want to be? So everybody is saying no, all right? And have you seen the money flow tracker software before? Now I see John Baker in here. If it's the same John Baker, I see a couple people from my room this morning in here. Okay, so most of you haven't seen the software. Okay, cool. All right, so let's keep going. So my presentation is about 45 minutes long. I have a very special discount and plus a bunch of additional software as a quick action bonus. So why do some traders succeed while others don't? You ever wonder why some people are making money in the market? It's really easy for them, and some people just struggle. So in the world of trading, the difference between a success and failure can be as stark as day and night. So let's delve into the reasons why some traders thrive while others stumble. First thing, lack of a trading plan. Okay, successful traders meticulously plan their moves. They know what they'll trade, when they'll trade, how they'll trade it. Okay, so if you don't have a trading plan, okay, you're just like a ship without a compass, aimless, drifting aimless. Okay, if you don't know where you're going to start, you don't know where you're going to finish. You have no edge. Okay, well, our edge with the money flow tracker software is mathematical modeling, institutional order flow, and high probability setups. Okay, so you have to have an edge to give you a unique advantage in the market. And it could be a specific strategy, technical analysis, understanding an asset, and people that don't have an edge struggle. And for years and years, I never really believed in the trading plan stuff and all that, right? But over the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, I've kind of become a believer. Okay, psychological challenges. So trading is very much about psychology and about numbers and fear and greed and impatience and sabotage. Even the best strategies, can, your fear, your greed, your impatience can sabotage even the best strategy. So developing mental resilience and emotional discipline is crucial. You have to look at it and say, hey, I took a trade. It was a perfect setup. It just didn't work. Okay, move on. Don't worry about it. Don't get all bent out of shape because you took a loss. Talking about over trading, okay? Over trading, revenge trading, all these things, it's quality over quantity, and not being able to adapt to markets. This software, the money flow tracker software, is great to keep you out of choppy, non-trending markets. Okay, so when markets change, sometimes you have to be a little flexible. Trading isn't a guarantee, but understanding these pitfalls can improve your odds. Okay, so you need 4 things to create your trading success. Number 1, software that gives you a competitive edge. Number 2, that edge needs to be tracking the direction of money flow. When I say money flow, institutional order flow, or just order flow tonight in this webinar, I'm only talking about institutional order flow, nothing else. We want to know when the institutions are trading because we want to trade with them. Number 3, etched in stone rules to follow, and this will eliminate discretion. And the 4th, which I believe is the most important, is, oh, so I'm sorry. I don't know why it's still showing the poll. I turned the poll off. Oh my God, why is it showing the poll? I turned it off. I guess it didn't go off enough. Thank you for that. Okay, well, anyway, sorry about that. I can go back to the slides, but I think you guys got the point. All right, so I'm gonna break down the system in detail. So let me show you some trades that we've been taking every day type trades. This is an option trade using a stock. There's another options trade using a stock. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds. Now this was 41 ticks. We stayed in this trade all day. When you trade with a prop firm, you have to be out at the close of the market. Otherwise, I think I would have held this trade and kept my stop pretty close. Otherwise, this trade would have been another probably $600 or $700 on this trade. But 1,200. Here's a trade on the euro. It's a very easy system to learn. So it's likely that you're having a problem making money. Why? Why are you having a problem making money? Because you don't have the right tools to efficiently manage your trade. You overtrade. You revenge trade. You make impulsive decisions. It's very easy to fall into that revenge trade or getting into saying an impulsive decision like, well, I haven't taken a trade all morning, so here's a move. I mean, it doesn't really follow all my rules, but most of them. So I think I'm going to take this trade. Ends up being a loser, right? So then you're saying, well, I'll wait for the next one and I'll get in. And now you're getting into that revenge trade mode. Personally, I don't do that anymore, but when I feel myself getting into something like that, I shut down my platform and my computer and walk away. So you lack consistency, which pretty much everybody said. You trade with indicators that lag price. You lack a mathematical proven trading methodology, and all these things lead to blowing up trading accounts. Believe me, I've blown up my share. Don't do them anymore, but I've blown up my share. So here, for you spending some time with me, my commitment to you is to bring this to an end. So why did 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Retail traders, because they use the same old thing that everybody else is using: price action, MACD, Elliott wave, Fibonacci's, all price patterns. None of this has any future predictive properties. Now, I repeat, I am not saying that the money flow track can predict the future, but it does a pretty good job of getting you high probability setups. So, I was watching a webinar that Mark Sachs did. So Mark Sachs is the developer, and he engineered the software, has over 15 plus years in this field of applied mathematics. He was a professor at Jefferson University in applied mathematics. Allowed him to engineer the money flow tracker software. Now, I know that when I saw the software for the first time, I was sold, period. So, you've never seen a system like this in the past. Why? Because it's totally unique. And we have over 500 traders between the 3 trading rooms that we trade shoulder to shoulder every day. So before we get started, I want to show you my trades. All right, so let me go ahead and open up. I use this program. It's called HYPOTHETICAL. It's an online trading journal. And every day I do a performance report. And 2024, where are you? Oh, here we go. They just recently redid their desktop here, so they made it a little different. And so every day I go into my NinjaTrader, I download all my trades to an Excel file, and then I just click on the file and it imports my trades into this program. It actually even imports the trade IDs in here. So this is what pretty much we're running a 73% win rate for this month. Here is my equity curve for this year, okay, for this year. And, we can do, this is our monthly reports. This is what we did in January, and it breaks it down by the week. March, we were already up $11,434 in March. All right. And if you look here on the trading days, the days that don't have any numbers, positive or negative numbers in here, are trades that we had no trades that day. So if you look back in February, February wasn't a great month. We still did like $5,500, but look how many days: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't trade 6, 7 days, right? And we still did that. But if you go and look at, let's say, because I have more data for 2023, but if you go back and you look at, let's say, I don't know, October, September. Look, in September, we didn't trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. And what did we do in September of last year? In September of last year, we did 5,400. But if you go back and you look at, let's say, July, now July, I was on vacation from the 11th to the 17th, and July 4th was a holiday. So if you look at it this way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days that I did not trade in July. And look what we did in July, $9,000. All right. And, here's our equity curve from last year. Nice equity curve. Okay. So I just wanted to show you my trading, my trade journal. That's how I keep track of what I do. All right. So look, the market consists of many small retail traders plus one or more large institutional traders. So if we already know that most retail traders lose money, wouldn't you want to trade with the institutional trader? Because really, the institutional traders are the ones that are moving the markets. So let's get into the software. So the money flow tracker software has 3 key metrics. First key metric is triple screen assessment of order flow. The second metric is triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our AI engine. And the third thing is triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY. So when I say triple screen assessment, means I like to use pretty simple terms. 3 time frame buys or 3 time frame sell, right? So we use, let's say if you're using a 2-minute chart, everything is multiples of 3. So your mid time frame would be 6, your higher time frame would be 18. We trade with Unirenko, so we use range bars as our higher time frames. So the first powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of order flow. Now, when I say order flow, the first thing that comes into a lot of people's mind are these type of candles. With numbers on the left inside, numbers on the right inside, outside numbers on the right, on the bottoms, on the top. It is virtually impossible for you to make heads and tails of all this data and then make good trading decisions on top of that. So we have a better way of seeing order flow. So triple screen assessment of order flow means we want to see order flow going in the same direction on all our time frames. On all our time frames. Now we display order flow candles like this. The outline of the candle means, to me, the outline of the candle is showing us that the delta in this candle is positive. I don't like to use those type of words. I like to keep it simple. There's more buyers than sellers in this candle. There's more buyers than sellers in this candle. The sellers came in here and managed to push the market down. Then the buyers came back in and pushed it back up. So a red outline candle means there's more sellers in that candle than buyers. And a green outline candle means there are more buyers in the candle than sellers. Simple as that. You don't need to be, all that numbers and all that stuff is being done in the background. And these candles can change color from red to green until they close. Then they stay that color. And it's possible to get a red candle with an up close. It depends if the buyers managed to push it a couple of ticks higher and then the sellers came back in. So, all right. So this is how our indicators are displayed, right? We have the colored backgrounds. We use these type of displays, these line type displays, right? I just wanted to let you know that when I say a red line or a green line, this is what I'm talking about. So the second most powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of the LIQUIDITY, which is used for momentum, all right? And we also use the hybrid candles, which I will show you also. So the LIQUIDITY, we want to see triple screen assessment is we want it to show us that the LIQUIDITY is going in the same direction on all 3 time frames. And you don't even need to look at 3 time frames. You could look at one chart and you know exactly what's going on the other time frames. That's what I like about it. I don't need to have, before I used to have 3 charts up of NQ, 3 charts up of CL, 3 charts. I don't need that. One chart tells me everything, and I keep it super simple. So the momentum assessment looks at, like I said, at the 2 higher time frames, and it makes the line either green, red, or yellow, right? So the hybrid candles are the wicks inside the candles. So the wicks tell us, if you have a very small wick that opened from the previous close of the previous candle and goes up, that's momentum burst. If you have a wick that pulls all the way back, this is the pullback candle. And we'll tell you why we use the pullback candle, right? So the next thing we use is what we call the modified LIQUIDITY. So what the modified Laguerre is we took all these indicators, we added an algorithm, and we developed the modified Laguerre. Now, the modified Laguerre is an oscillator, but it does not show divergence. It shows strength of trend. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the questions box. It shows strength of trend. Let's see. So the modified Laguerre is the bottom line and the indicator. So when the indicator crosses below 20, it will turn red. When it crosses above and is sloping up, it'll be lime green. When it crosses above 80, it will turn dark green. When it crosses below, it'll turn orange and sloping down. And then I'd see it turned around and started sloping up again. It turned lime green. And then it crossed above, it turned dark green. All right. We want the modified Laguerre to be pinned at 100 or at 0 to give us the acceleration dots. These are the acceleration dots. It's all part of the system. Right? Now we'll talk about the quant lines using our AI program, which used to be called a neural network. They used to call AI a neural network. And that's the third most powerful force that move price. So our quant lines consist of 28 market components. They're examined by our AI system for correlation. Now, most traders know about correlation. Most traders don't pay attention to correlation, but we do because it's important. Okay, so if the euro is going up, wouldn't you want to see the pound going up, the Japanese yen going up, the Australian dollar going up? Or if the ES is going up, wouldn't you want to see NQ, YM, and RTY all going in the same direction? That's powerful stuff. And that's what our quant lines do. Right? We have a short-term and a long-term quant. So we took it one step further to give us higher probability trades, and we added what we call is the C2 indicator. And basically what the C2 indicator does, it adds another time frame. So if you're trading a 2-minute chart, your C2 indicator will be set to 18 times 3. That will be your highest time frame. So we figured, you know what? 3 time frames is good, but 4 time frames is better. So the C2 indicator is displayed by this stair-stepping line on top of the candles. Green for bullish, red, dark red for negative. So below here we have the quants. The top one is long-term, the bottom one is short-term, the multiple time frame Laguerre, and then the modified Laguerre on the bottom. So putting it together is really simple. And actually, I just got a email from a guy that was in the room this morning, and we took a great trade on NQ. All right. So the money flow tracker system, the rules and the setups. Now, if you can follow the easy to follow rules, you should have very high probability trades. Now, I'm not saying that all your trades are going to be winners. Even if it's a high probability setup, the market will do what the market will do. Some days the markets just don't follow through, and then some days they do nothing but follow through. So here are the rules. The first thing we need is the colored background, either green or dark pink. That's 3 time frames in agreement. In this case, bullish. The next thing we need is the C2 indicator to bring in the 4th time frame. The next thing we need is the solid line, which we call the trend line, and the dot dash line we call the 15. It's not a 15 period moving average. It's a 15 period moving average, but it's our 15 period moving average. It's just not a standard SMA or EMA or anything like that, right? You need to have the trend line going up above the 15 and going down will be below, all right? This line here is a pivot. produced by the software. So these are very strong areas. We never trade into them because a lot of times they bounce off of them. So if we break a pivot, we have to wait for 3/4 of a body to clear the pivot, and then we need a pullback candle. Both quants, the short term and the long term, must be in agreement. The multiple time frame must be in agreement. The modified Laguerre, okay, must be in agreement and pegged to 0 or 100. That's the setup, right? And that's the result of this particular trade, 63 ticks. So it's pretty easy. I don't use these triangles anymore, but it's pretty easy. If you have the C2, you have the trend line above the 15, you have the acceleration dots, everything is green below you, take the trade. Just take the trade. If you have pivots or higher time frame support resistance or something like here, I'll show you a chart. Let's see. Let's look at this chart. NQ. This is NQ from today. Right? This is the trade that we took in the room this morning. Where is it? It was right here. In order for this to show, I have to put this on a separate account. Let's see. There we go. All right. Okay. It broke the pivot here. We didn't get the pullback candle to here. We took it here. First profit target is 20 ticks. And then we exited here. That was $500 trade. And we waited. Okay. So look, trading with the money flow tracker rules will keep you out of non-trending choppy markets, which those are the type of markets that traders lose money. Do you lose money in trending markets? Come on, and type in the questions box. Do you lose money in trending markets most of the time? No, no, no. Everybody's saying no. It's not hard. It's easier to trade in trending markets. It's difficult to trade in choppy non-trending markets because there's no direction. And it's usually in choppy non-trending markets are usually not institutional traders trading those markets. Those are all retail traders just trading within themselves. All right. So if you look at the software and you look at the chart, you can see that, and normally what I do, and I've done this, and we do this in the room now because it just makes it super simple. I just want to do this really quick because it makes it a lot easier for me to explain. I take all these other colors off because we only trade on green and dark pink. So now I only have green and dark pink on here. And you can see it's been pretty choppy. There's no real long runs of why is this not now my NinjaTrader is oh, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can get rid of this. I just put this on top of it. All right. So remember, it's okay not to trade every day. We don't trade every day. Actually, this week, what did we do this week? Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is what we did this month, this week, right? We had a couple days we didn't take trades. Where are we here? All right, we're not in July, we're in March. Look, we didn't trade the 15th, the 22nd, the 26th, and we're having a great month this month, 11,000 this month. So we don't trade every day because we don't need to trade every day. Okay, and that's what keeps us our losing days at bay. So here was a trade that I took. Look, it broke the pivot, got the pullback, sell a down close, went down. This is on CL, so first profit target is 10 ticks, and then we exited when the 15 changed color from red to yellow. All right, that's how we trade. Now, the money flow tracker software will give you clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits, and we have all the ATMs pre-configured for you. You don't need to do anything. So I'm going to show you how I trade breakouts with the money flow tracker software. I call it the PB&G, the pullback and go strategy. So let me get my pen really quick. So look, the pullback and go strategy is simple, and it saves us a lot of money and a lot of heartache and a lot of losing trades. So look, the market's coming down, right? Oh, there's a pivot. Oh, all right, well, let's break the pivot. Here's a 3/4 candle. As soon as this candle, the 3/4 candle, breaks and closes, we look for a pullback candle. So once this candle pulls back to about halfway, we place our order to sell on down close. And our order gets put right here. Now, what happens if the market goes like that? As soon as this candle closes up, this order automatically gets canceled. And I got to tell you, and there's a few people in the room, in my trade room in here this evening, and some new people in my trade room this evening that seen this. I think we had 2 or 3 today, and you know what? It saves us a lot of heartache. Here's a trade, another trade. Broke the pivot, 3/4 candle, placed the order, candle closed up. We had a profit target 1, and then we exited right here. We trailed. Here's one on the crude oil, another one on crude oil. Here's 2 on the Canadian dollar, right? So, and that is when I came up with that strategy to trade breakouts, because, let me go back a slide. When you trade breakouts, stuff like this, a lot of times the market will, let me get the pen here again. The market will do something like this. You'll have a pivot or whatever here. It'll break it, retest it, and then go. And this is what this strategy is. It's breaking the pivot, it's retesting it or pulling back, and then going. And this saves us a lot of losing trades, a lot. Some days I don't know, last week, I think we had one day had 5 or 6 of them that didn't follow through. So let's get to the money flow tracker auto trader. Okay, this is like one of my favorite subjects. I love the auto trader. Here's one that it took a trade for 704 ticks. Here's another trade, right? And what is it doing? It's following the rules. Okay, now we use this only on MNQ, and we trade it with a very large bar size. And the stop is very large, like 145 ticks. But there's always a but in there. I trade this with, I think, 4 micros total, 4. 2 positions, 2 micros on each. Well, if you look at, at what it turns out to being, here's one that's 1,016 ticks. Here's one that's 792 ticks. Well, if you take 792, it's a lot of money. And this is what the settings are. It's basically, I want the C2. I want the Laguerre signal. I want the modified Laguerre, multiple time frame Laguerre. I want the 50 over the 50 signal. I want the 15. I want the quants to be either red or green. We use what we call the MA diff criteria. And what the MA diff shows us, and I'll pull over this chart, it's showing us how far away from the 50-period moving average is price. Well, the MA diff here is only 14, so it's really close. But when it gets really far, like a trade like this, we don't take trades. If we have a setup and the MA diff, this is RTY, is that we don't trade above 58. So if the MA diff is at 50, we won't take the trade. And why? Because that's how we determine if we're going to get a pullback. So the auto trader uses the MA diff. So if the MA diff on the auto trader is 290, that's where you would be expecting some sort of a pullback. So it won't trade if it's too high. You know what I mean? So you're basically telling the auto trader, follow all these rules, and when you have the rules met, take a trade. Now, it doesn't trade into pivots. It waits for a 3/4 candle to break the pivot. It does not wait for a pullback because this is a big candle. This is a huge candle. You have to have momentum behind it. So we can't program it to say pull back to half the candle, something like that. But it works really well. And we've done really well with it. Actually, here is a report. Let's see, Chart Lab by setup. Okay, so look, this month we've done 39.84 just on the swing trades. No, this is total for the year. This is for the money flow tracker. So the auto trader, here are some equity curves from 2021 and 2022. Here is a trade on the auto trader. It's a video. I was in this trade. I hit my first profit target and I said, I want to record this trade because I think this is going to be a monster trade. So I hit the profit target and I'm going to fast forward it here. And look, it's up 272 ticks, 322 ticks, 464 ticks, and I'm not touching it. Actually, I'm moving my stop up because I'm protecting some of my profit, right? And look, 523, and it was out at 570 ticks. 570 ticks on one trade. It doesn't sound a lot, but figure this, our first profit target is 80. So that's $80. It's $1 a tick, 2 contracts. And the second profit target was 570 ticks. So that's $650, one trade. And I didn't even do anything. I turned it on, the strategy on. So why isn't this changing? Okay. So any questions on anything I've already gone through? Okay, Bash asked a few questions. He's in the trading room. Okay, so how to pass the evaluations. Look, I'm going to tell you something, and you can take it for whatever you want to take it as, but if you focus on the process, do not focus on the carrot. What do I mean? Don't focus on what you're going to make. Focus on trading well. Focus on trading well, and the profits will take care of themselves. Do you know that most professional traders are only less than a 40% win rate, right? And they don't worry about what they're going to make. Professional traders don't care about what they're going to make. They care about what they're going to lose. They manage risk. Okay, we are risk managers. Okay, we manage our risks, we manage our accounts, right? You know, the challenges or evaluations or whatever they're called in whatever company you're with are designed to make you fail because of the parameters they put in place, like how many trading days to pass, your trailing drawdown. That's like the biggest one that makes people fail. And these things cause sloppy trading, they cause revenge trading, they cause impulse trading, and they stress you out, right? We don't get stressed out in the room. I don't get stressed out trading anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore, you know? So this is my process. You know, when you sign up for a 50K evaluation account, right? You think you're trading a 50K account. No, you're not. Think of it this way. You might do better. You go to Apex or Blue Knox or Lilu or any of them, you buy a 50K account, right? They say a 50K account, if you have a trailing drawdown of $2,500, right? That's the account you're trading, $2,500. If you think more about your drawdown, if you don't worry about it, but your max risk, I don't take any more than a $250 risk on any one trade. And I don't worry about it. You know why? Because even if I was 50-50 and I'm trading right now at pretty much, what did this tell me I'm trading at? We're trading at a 73% win rate so far for this month, right? So I don't worry about it because, you know, my what do you call it? My risk reward, uh, I my profit factor. My profit factor for the month is 2.95. So we're trading almost 3-to-1. So even if I was 30% profitable, I'd still be making money. But we're over 60% profitable. So that's where we're having such great success, right? So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk, and this will give you that competitive edge. All right. Any questions on that? So financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Trading success equals financial freedom. You know why? You have no financial pressure, you work from home, you have no boss, you have no commute, and you have the advantage of being a full-time trader. Means if you don't want to trade one day, you don't have to. There's no law that says you have to trade one day. You know, we trade every day, but we don't take trades every day, right? Because our objective is to make money, not make trades. It's quality setups helps us make money. And if we don't have setups, or we're sitting watching the market, and the markets are just chopping back and forth and up and down and not following through and this and that, we don't trade because we will not get setups in those type of markets. And somebody asked, how do we determine when institutions are trading? Well, this number here, the markets are closed, obvious, not closed, but they're really dead this time of the evening, this tells us how many contracts is being traded on RTY every minute. And we're looking for a certain amount of contracts every minute, then we know institutions are trading. Because when they're not trading, the numbers are smaller, and those are retail traders. So I wanted to get to that question I was asked that. Okay. So look, now the most powerful software and trading methodology is available to the small retail trader. Now, I should change this slide because when somebody asks me, what do? I tell them I am an institutional trader. And they go, wow, really? What institution do you trade for? I trade for David's financial firm. right? Because we don't trade with retail traders. We trade with institutional traders. So look, now you have two choices. If you're making money and you're successful and everything's going well, God bless you and continue on your current path. But from the poll that I did, most of you are struggling with the markets. So your second option would be take action today, join the thousands of traders that work 4 hours plus or minus a day, have total freedom, financial freedom, have no boss, no. So look, the money flow tracker software, the benefits and features, it's really easy to learn. The workspaces, we give you all the workspaces, all the templates, all everything. It's perfect for beginners. It's perfect for any account size. I have people that just trade micros and they're perfectly happy. I have people that just trade the auto trader. They still work. So they just trade the auto trader. And if you look at the auto trader, and I should have showed this a little earlier, but I didn't. If you look at the auto trader and you look in the parameters here, you can set the auto trader here to, where is it? It's up here. I always go past it because I scroll too fast. Where is it? First target, second target. Oh, come on. Parameters, that's not it. That's the order handling. I'm on the right thing. Come on. Oh, here it is. You can set it up that when your auto trader hits $400 of profit or $400 of loss, it will stop trading. It won't trade anymore. So let's say you say, you know what, if the auto trader hits $150 loss for the day, it will stop trading. Or if it hits $400 profit, it will stop trading. So what they do is they set their auto trader up, whatever their risk parameters are. They turn it on in the morning. If you scroll down to the bottom, it says here exit session. So it would be 36:30. That's like 30 seconds before the market close. It will exit 30 seconds before the market closes. Okay, so that's what they use. So they're trading micros. It's great for futures, forex, stocks, and for the first 10 traders this evening that come aboard with us, we have some great additional software. So you'll get the market scanner, which is a $9.95 value, and this is what it looks like. So we have like CL, we have some markets trade different bar sizes depending on its volatility. So obviously NQ is trading an 8, 20, 40 bar size. But CL, we trade a 2, 5, 10. So we look at CL and we want to look at under the 2, 5, 10. And we're trading the same on gold, the 2, 5, 10. And obviously everything's showing flat right now because the markets are basically flat. Excuse me. They're basically flat. So you get this, which is really helpful. Is this is a $9.99 value. You'll get our NDT platform. Now this is what we use to execute our trades. So we set one of these up for each market, put our account we're trading, the ATM we're using, and if we get that pullback candle, or if we don't need the pullback, we click on sell on up close or sell on down close. So this is a $14.99 value. You'll get that included. You'll get the masterclass series, which are really excellent on futures, forex, stocks, and options. And you'll get 1 month in my trade room. Now, our trading rooms were evaluated by Dr. Allen, this guy, Dr. Vincent Allen. He did a study, and in his study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, and assisting traders with educational materials and online support. And we came out on top. And it was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodities magazine. So this is the offer we're doing. The money flow tracker software is normally $23.95. We're doing a 50% holiday discount. Ends up being $11.97 for a year. Now the $11.97 will renew at $11.97 next year also. So we're going to give you 2 years at the 50% off price. Or some people would rather just buy a lifetime license. So we decided we're going to do 50% off of that, which is $29.99. Or if you want to do a monthly subscription, it's $597 and we're giving $200 off, makes it $397. And for the first 10 traders that come aboard with us this evening, you will get the Auto Trader, the Money Flow Tracker Automated Trading Strategy, which is a $29.97 value, the NDT platform, the market scanner, a month in my trade room, all the trading tutorials, and you'll get Sir Charles. I call him Sir Charles. Charles is a great guy. You'll have Sir Charles install your software for you. He'll log onto your computer. He'll download everything. He'll import everything. He'll set up your charts and everything for you. Everything. So you won't have to do anything. And as an extra bonus, we're going to give you the Money Flow Tracker minute charts, which a lot of people use them for swing trading, stocks and stuff. So my commitment to you is when you subscribe to Money Flow Tracker software is to help you become a successful trader. You know, remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools, right? It's like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. Yeah, eventually in a week or two, you might get that nail in, but if you use the right tools, then you will, a couple of shots and it's done. Look, the Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique and will give you the edge to trade with institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is to not just to teach you how to read the setups, but also help you develop the mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence. You have to be able to have a good mental mindset when you're trading. And it's like if you take a trade and it's a good setup and it just didn't work, you have to be able to just say to yourself, okay, next trade. Some days is like that and some days are not. So if you go to your GoToWebinar chat box, let me get it here. In the chat box on the bottom, there is a link. If you click on the link, it will come up with this website. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. All right. It'll come up to this website. You just scroll down to the bottom. If you want to do the annual, you click on it. And you don't need a coupon code or anything. It's automatically applied from the link. And you scroll down and you get everything here. White glove installation, the money flow tracker, the room, the revolutions, which is the auto trader, the NDT, the masterclass, all that stuff. $11.97 a year and renewed in 2025 for $11.97. So we're going to give you 2 years at the same price. I mean, look, it's less than $100 a month. Less than $100. How many of you lost $100 today? Not me, because we made money today. We made money. How much? What did we do today? $11.99 today. Yesterday we didn't have any trades, and Monday we did $944. So we're up 2,000 already this week. A bunch of you saying. So look, for less than $100 a month, you can come on board with us, spend a month in the room with me, see how we trade, and and then most people stay in the room because, you know, we learn things, they learn things from me. You know, it's a good community and we like having community. If you prefer, put your name and your phone number in the questions box, and either myself or Rory will give you a call after the webinar, and you can ask as many questions as you'd like. Some people don't like to do online, you know, sale, you know, stuff. Some people would rather talk to a live human being these days. You know how rare it is to make a call to a business and get a live human being? Jeez. So look, I know I say that, although look, I don't know why. It's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders and swing traders are losing money. This guy here, he's a retail trader. What do retail traders do? They might as well just flush it, because that's usually they end up losing all their money. You know, firms like that, you know, somebody opens up an account and like, you know, like Ninja Trader or Daniels or any of the futures firms, you know, they know that if a guy opens an account with $5,000, the chances are that $5,000 is going to be gone within a month or two. And that's the fact. But not our traders. Our traders are making money. So if retailers or traders are flushing it, you know, for every buy, there's got to be a sell. Who's taking that money from them? It's the institutional traders. So do you want to trade with this guy, or do you want to trade with this guy? Our traders make money because we trade with institutional money flow. So again, this is what we're doing this evening. 50% off. A yearly subscription ends up being $11.97. 50% off lifetime is $29.99. And you'll get the auto trader, you'll get the execution platform, you'll get the scanner, you'll get a month in my room, you'll get all the training and tutorials, and you'll get your software installed by Sir Charles and coached by me. I haven't received a surname yet, so anyway, I haven't heard anybody be called Sir David. All right, so any questions? And you'll get the minute template. Now, this is a video, must be 50 testimonials on here. So this woman was in a webinar just like you are, and she wanted to learn how to trade. So she contacted Mark and she said, teach me. Excuse me. So Mark taught her things. Mark sat her down in front of a computer and he said to her, I want you to look for this setup. You know, everything green or red below, the C2, everything set up for a setup that we would take. And when you see that setup, if it's green background, you push on buy, and if it's a red background, you push on sell. She did that for 4 months. Now she's a 6-figure trader, and she does not trade every day either. And she trades with the Money Flow Tracker software. This is a testimonial from a guy that was in a webinar with me. Let's see, it's probably about 7, 8 months ago, maybe longer, maybe a year ago. He sends me a message in the questions box, says, I'm the world's worst trader. I've been trying to trade for the last 7, 8 years, and I've been nothing but spinning my wheels, and I'm ready to quit. I like what you say, but can you help me? So I emailed him back and I said, sure. So he signed up, got the Money Flow Tracker, right? I'm not going to read all this. I'm just going to tell you right now. He has 7 Apex funded accounts. I think he has 10 now, and 10 Blue Knox funded accounts. So he says the Money Flow Tracker software, along with David's methodology and rules for trading, that allow me to act like a robot and eliminate any guesswork or emotion from my trading. We use the NDT, which allows a single push button to enter trades when we see the correct setup. So following the rules every day, it's simple. C setup, push button, C setup, push button, C setup, push button. And that's his approach. And that's what we do. We see a setup, we push the button, say buy on, you know, buy on up close, sell on down close. But we wait for that pullback candle. So here's a guy that said within a few months, he's now got more funded accounts than I do. Right? And I just wanted to show you one other thing that was sent today by one of my room members, and I blocked out his name. It says, good morning. He sent this to Charles anyway, Sir Charles anyway. I just want you to know I took my first trade in David's room this morning. He just started in the room today. And it was as I hoped. David told us exactly what, when, and what to trade. I hit the button, wrote NQ down, and dragged my stop down. It was a beautiful $505 total on my first trade, just in time before he had to leave to go to work. So he says, thank you again for the recommendation to David's trading. You better believe I'll be keeping this room subscription. Thought that was really nice. So here's the offer that we're doing again. We can, so H. Patel, just send an email to support at Right Line Trading. Okay. So look, it's less than $100 a month. You're going to get all these bonuses. I mean, I think that this is too cheap, but look, we wanted to make it affordable so people can start making money. We have a lot of traders that have been very frustrated traders for a long time. And they came on board with us and they went into the room, they're in the room every day. You know, I always can tell the traders that are really into it and really want to learn and really want to be successful because they're always the first ones in the room every day. You know, so for less than $100 a month, and you're going to get all these bonuses, it's sort of like a no-brainer in my eyes. All right, and you'll get the extra bonus traps. So again, if you prefer to have us give you a call back, just put your name and your phone number in the questions box. You have no obligation to purchase. We will only call you once. We're not going to call you 5, 6, 10 times. I hate that. I hate when I tell somebody I'm not interested and they continue on calling me and then I have to block their number. And I shouldn't have to do that. So if you're interested, this is being recorded also. But if you're interested, just put your name and your phone number and we'll give you a call. All right, so let me go back here. Any last questions? I know they've been answering a lot of the questions for me. All right, Joe, we'll have Rory give you a call. Bradley, the room is, I think, 147, and we're all, I think it's 147. I think this is wrong, but anybody that has signed up with us that has purchased the software, or I mean, purchased a subscription to the software with us, they have been very happy. If you look at our reviews on Trustpilot, we're a very reputable company, and we will do anything. I do webinars for the room people. Every couple weeks, we do a webinar or something, and I'll do anything I can to help you guys become where you want to be in your trading. I know how it is to be a frustrated trader. Believe me, I was on the other side of the screen for a long time before I found, Bright Line Trading. And it's been a godsend to me because since I've been trading with the money flow tracker, I've just been so much less stressed out about trading, less worried about making money. I don't look at anything. I don't look at any other systems If somebody sends me an email, I unsubscribe. I have everything I need. You don't really need the coupon code, Paul. If you go to the chat box, actually, I'll give you the link. I'll put the link in, and you can just go ahead and sign up there. I think you should. Let me see. We've had 7 people sign up, but Rory said that whoever signs up tonight will get all the bonuses and all the extra stuff. Okay. So Bash is in my room. He's thinking he's going to be getting, I hope he's going to be getting the software Bash. Anyway. All right. So we're running just about a little over an hour, which for me is pretty good because I could be a little long-winded at times. I love trading. You know, they say if you do something you're passionate about, it's not work. I love trading. I love the markets. I love everything about it. So I guess that's why, and I love teaching people and helping people. So, all right, everybody. I really thank you for attending. And Joe.